Thank you, Senators. Senator Coons.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member, and just a comment. I share many of Senator Ricketts' priorities and concerns and look forward to working with you on them. We jointly went to Taiwan a number of weeks ago, and the energy security concerns, I think, are broadly shared. If I could, to both Mr. Black and Mr. Helberg, congratulations on your nominations. My thanks to your wife, Charlotte, who I hope will enjoy an anniversary once this confirmation is over, and to your husband, Keith, and your family. If I could just speak to you first, Mr. Black, about the reauthorization of the DFC. As a co-author of the BUILD Act and someone who has strongly supported the DFC, I welcomed our constructive conversation. I look forward to working with Chairman Risch and Ranking Member Shaheen on timely reauthorization. I hope the administration will share reauthorization priorities promptly, because we have to pass this before October, or it will hold up significant deal flow, impacting the reputation of the DFC and have a chilling effect on our private sector partners. A few just quick questions. Mr. Black, if confirmed, do you commit to timely and consistent consultation with Congress in the run-up to DFC reauthorization to ensure it meets its objectives?
Senator, if confirmed, thank you. I would absolutely look forward to working with Congress on the reauthorization.
And do you commit to continuing the DFC's dual strategic development mandate by continuing investments in programs that support development objectives, including, for example, healthcare and agribusiness?
Senator, thank you. As we discussed, I have said consistently that I feel the dual mandate is not in conflict. Development is very much strategic and has been from the earliest development projects inside the United States.
I appreciate that and look forward to working with you on it. And what's your view on the equity fix and whether or not it could be a critical part of expanding the scope of the DFC's reach?
So, Senator, as we discussed, as currently authorized under the BUILD Act, the DFC has a $60 billion statutory budget. At most conservative estimate, likely larger, China's Belt and Road has spent $1.5 trillion, if not, and most likely more. No matter what the reauthorization is, the number for the DFC will be smaller than that, and it should be, because the beauty of the DFC and the United States system is not going into countries, not even...
Mr. Black, would you agree that an equity fix might help expand the scope of the DFC's work?
Being able to take equity risk would be instrumental to working with the private sector and creating good capital structures.
Last point that we discussed, the New York office provides greater access to the markets and to private sector partners. Will you commit to maintaining a ratio that includes career folks in a significant percentage as opposed to political folks in the New York office?
Senator, thank you. As you know from our conversation, I'm not in the building yet. We were with my chief of staff, who has been speaking with that. And if confirmed, I think it's absolutely crucial that careers get exposure to New York finance firms and be able to work consistently with them, so that careers in the DFC going forward are constantly on the radar and in conversation with the financial
I think it's important to keep that balance. If I might, both Mr. Helberg and Mr. Black. Mr. Black, you spoke about your grandfather as your hero, and a key part of why you admire him is his integrity. As someone who worked in global business for an American manufacturing firm, I think that our reputation as a nation committed to integrity in business dealings and our refusal to engage in practices comparable to our key adversaries, in particular the PRC, where they use bribery as a tool of economic advantage and we refuse to, it makes things like the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act having clear guardrails really important. You both currently work in industries with significant overlap with the responsibilities of the positions to which you've been nominated. If confirmed, will you both commit to sustaining robust due diligence practices to ensure economic engagement remains honest, to recusing yourselves from any deals or matters or agreements with potential for conflicts of interest, and to upholding the FCPA? If you might, Mr. Blank.
Senator, thank you. If confirmed, I fully commit to leading the DFC, following all strictures of the law, as well as my ethics agreement and processes enforced and oversight by DFC's ethics lawyers.
Mr. Black, currently there's no Inspector General at the DFC. Do you recognize the central role that independent inspectors general play in every federal agency?
Senator, I am not as familiar with the workings of inspectors general and how the processes work from agency to agency. If confirmed, I will look into and look forward to working with Congress at looking at.
I'll tell you that inspectors general in every agency play a critical role in maintaining an independent review of the processes and conduct. They also help identify inefficiency and often help improve operations. Mr. Helberg, your comment about sustaining due diligence guardrails, making sure that there's neither an actual or appeared conflict of interest in your very important work running the E family within state.
Senator, thank you, and I appreciated the time meeting with your staff, and I share your sentiment on the importance of maintaining high integrity and ethics standards. If confirmed, I will work, my ethics agreement lays out a process by which I will work with state ethics attorneys to ensure, in close consultation, to ensure that all clauses in my ethics agreement and statutes passed by Congress are complied with.
Thank you. Mr. Helberg, two quick last questions. You'll be responsible for overseeing the State Department's implementation of sanctions. One of our primary sanctions targets is Russia, and it's critical to pushing Putin to the table. And frankly, we haven't seen the active ongoing work to prevent sanctions avoidance using shell companies and elsewise. Will you commit to fully enforcing sanctions on Russia consistent with U.S. policy?
Senator, my knowledge of the internal decision-making process of the State Department is limited as a private citizen. However, my understanding of current U.S. policy is the maintaining of sanctions on Russia while the president is pursuing active negotiations in the pursuit of a lasting peace in Eastern Europe. If confirmed, I will absolutely ensure that the sanctions that are currently in place have the highest levels of enforceability, and will use the Sanctions Office to coordinate with allies to make sure that sanctions are enforced.
Thank you, Mr. Helberg. Senator Graham and I have worked hard to help create two public-private foundations to address both food security and conservation and the use by terrorist organizations of ungoverned spaces. I look forward to working with you on both of these initiatives. Is that something you'll commit to me that we'll be able to do together?
Senator, I've very much enjoyed over the years working with industrious members of the Senate. Members of your staff have briefed me on the U.S. Foundation for International Conservation, which seems like a very important bill. And if the Congress passes the statute and it goes into full effect, it has been signed
into law.
I will fully commit to working with you to make sure that the law is applied.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your great. I have questions for the other members. I apologize for not getting to them, and I apologize to my colleague for going over my time.
Thank you,